Need for Speed Heat full map reveal, plus some other good juicy details from the Under the Hood article. Let's jump into it. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. We got plenty of Need for Speed Heat content coming as soon as the game drops. Let's get into it. All right, so take a look at this map. All right, it was released, I guess, a couple days ago, and it was like the neon pink, like, I guess like night version, and I think it was a little incomplete, but now that we have it, we have 18 districts, which is pretty good. Now, they said it's modeled after Florida and parts of Georgia, which makes sense because Florida is all flat, and if you've seen any of the other videos, they show like you coming down the mountain and just seeing like the city, and it's all lit up, and it's just a gorgeous view. Cannot wait. Anyway, so if you look at like the bottom right of the map, it looks like there's like a lot of straight like bridges, and if you've ever been to Florida, ever been down to Key West, there's bridges that stretch on for like 7 miles at a time to get you down to the Keys. So it looks like that's kind of their recreation of that spot of the map. And there's like a little island, and then there's like 3 little islands clustered together, and then you can keep going. Now, if you look outside the map on the left and the top side, right, there's a couple roads that are marked in. There's some buildings. If you look closely, I don't know if it's just like they use Google Maps or whatever, but it almost looks like there's roads kind of ghosted in. Is that possible DLC content? Like maybe, because I think they're gonna make it like a living game, and like I know they're doing car packs and stuff, but maybe they could easily open up that northwest side of the map. I mean, there's definitely like, you can tell there's like mountainous areas, so more drifting locations. I don't know. Speculations, we'll see. All right, so let's jump into the article, right? A new article, it's Friday. It might be the last one before launch. They went over some interesting topics, some things that I feel like have not been touched on yet. So it says, with Need for Speed Heat, our approach was to start by building a solid set of race routes, then tune and craft them to the landscape around them. We incorporated epic scale landmarks, spectacular vista reveals, sequences of perfectly driftable turns, and dramatic changes of scenery to try and focus the experience on amazing racing. So to me, that's awesome because they built the races and then they built the locations around it, which I feel like is going to be better, because if you remember to Need for Speed 2015, it was the city at least was very condensed and tiny, and you couldn't really get up to speed in a lot of the races or just free roaming. It felt very compact. So the fact that they set up these long races and then kind of built upon that should turn out for a good game. All right. Epic scale landmarks and spectacular vistas. That just basically means like you go up into like the Georgia mountain areas and you can just see everything. Supposedly like the draw distance is amazing, and like if you see something you can just drive to it, and it's, I mean, from the little bit we've seen, it looks pretty damn good. I'm really excited about that. Really looking forward to finding some photo spots. Just find a spot, get what you can have 16 people in your lobby, just set up, park your cars, take some nice photos. I'm down for that. Collectables are back. Billboards, collectibles, smashable neons, was it graffiti tags, and street art. So in this part of the article it says, first up, billboards. Hitting ramps and smashing through billboards is simple, distracting, and fun, but they need to be fast, spectacular, and easy to retry. So we found places in the world where you can generally hit them full tilt, take an amazing reveals of the landscape, land in specially cleared areas, and circle around to try again if you miss. You'll need to upgrade your car or choose between tarmac or dirt performance to collect them all. We also place a few in devious locations, easy to see but hard to access, to get you thinking. For die-hard collectors, we place smashable neons all over the world to celebrate Need for Speed's urban roots. We placed a load of collectible graffiti tags and street art in hard-to-find places. The street art's well worth looking out for. Find it to send it to the wrap editor and you can use it to customize your car. So it seems like the billboards are back, right? Jumping through, smashing them. I don't know how many we're gonna have. Kind of reminds me of the Crew 2, because in the Crew 2 it was all about just ramping all the time. Like, that was my favorite part of the game. Now it says the smashable neons, the graffiti tags, and the street art. So it looks like if you find the street art, you can go in and unlock it, and it's now in the wrap editor. So that's a cool feature. So the second part of that, finding collectibles in games can be a bit daunting. When a message reads, "Congratulations, you found 1 out of 150. It's easy to switch off, so we carved the world into 18 districts and created great words for each district. Now you'll see something like, congratulations, you found 1 out of 6. You know you only need to find 5 more, and you know they're pretty close by. The map displays the district totals as you go, so you can easily check back while you play. We also wanted the rewards to be great. Find everything in a district to unlock a package of customization options, decals, and vanity items. Find everything globally, like the street art, and you'll get a special edition car." So I remember in Payback, it was like you did the billboards, you found, was it the casino pieces, and then like that was it. There was maybe a trophy behind it, but there were no reward for actually completing that. It was just like, if you're a completionist, you did it, there you go. Pat on the back, right? So here, they're rewarding us. You find this stuff, you get decals, vanity items, you unlock a special edition car. Now, is that car something we've already, like, that's already been released? Is it in the car list, or is it something that we haven't heard about yet? I don't know. Guess we'll find out. And it's also cool that you can, like, I guess, go into a district and it tells you what there's, you know, 6 out of 6. Or, so it's cool that you can go into a district and then it'd be like, oh, you found 1 out of 6. So you know that somewhere in that district there's 5 more. So it's not just like the whole map and you're like, oh, I have 147 out of 150. No idea where to go. I like that. Need for Speed Heat is about the contrast between day and night gameplay. Day is about earning, night is about risk and danger. One key aspect of this gameplay is the use of safe houses. It's tense trying to make it to a safe house with low health and high heat level with the cops on alert. Now this is gonna be fun, right? It seems like the cops are super aggressive. So, what was it? Yesterday? They posted a short clip of a Mustang that sounded like a V10 Audi R8. I don't know, engine swap, but it looked like there was, when you go to the gas station, you had, what, it was 2 like refills remaining, or like repairs. So if we only get 3, that's gonna make it tough, but it's gonna be fun to see how long you can last at night without getting caught by the cops. Like, maybe like on the channel we'll have a competition of who can last the longest. Like, I don't know if there's like a time limit, like if it times you, or like when you switch back to day or go back to your garage, like it tells you how long. If so, that'll be a fun challenge to have on the channel. It seems like it's gonna be like really nerve-wracking trying to get back to your safe house when you're all beat up and you have 20 cops on you. While we were location scouting in Miami, we saw crazy weather, blazing sunshine, then torrential rain, then bright sunshine, all in the space of a few minutes. And if you've ever been to Florida, it's exactly what it's like. We love the idea of bringing this to the game, so we built a full dynamic weather system. You get a range of changing conditions as you play, and it was a great excuse to wash the streets down and go big on night neons, wet cars, and reflective roads. So yeah, Florida has crazy weather. They have storms, then the sunshine, then the storms. Now, in 2015, it was always wet all the time, and it was gorgeous. It made for some really, really cool pictures. It was just a gorgeous game. So it seems like we'll get parts of that again in this one, since it's gonna be wet. That whole 80s like neon vibe. I mean, from the pictures we've seen, it just looks gorgeous, and I can't wait to just drive around and take pictures and just enjoy the game. So, we stretched reality a bit, fusing Miami and Florida with Georgia's Blue Ridge Mountains to provide us with some much needed elevation and big vistas, and to inject a little variety. There's a massive city to explore, and the surrounding countryside gives you these cool panoramic city views while you drive. So if they would have just used Florida, it would have been flat, it would have been boring, there wouldn't have been any drifting or like mountain areas. So they kind of fuse it up into Georgia, and they have some like mountains, and then you come down and you see the city. Good choice, Ghost. We also built a much denser road network. You'll hit an intersection roughly every 20 seconds compared with every 60 seconds in Payback. There's around 100 kilometers more road in a smaller, more compact footprint. Now, if you look at the map, there's definitely a lot more going on. Like in Payback, it was kind of like, here's a little cluster, long, straight, boring road, little cluster, long, straight road. Like it was just like, wasn't complete. This one looks more complete. Now, every 20 seconds, we're gonna test that, Ghost, all right? When we get our hands on this game, if I don't hit an intersection every 20 seconds, I want my money back. No, but anyway, it's like there's alleyways, there's like hidden things. Supposedly there's ways you can like jump up on a like maybe like a monorail, or like there's like all kinds of places that you could like, I guess, hide from the cops. So I guess we'll see if maybe like we can jump a ramp somewhere and like land on like a roof or something and maybe hide from the cops, or maybe the cops are just gonna ramp and then pounce on us, and then maybe there's nowhere to hide. I guess we'll find out. Look out for ramps and billboards. Head for the interstate and drive in oncoming traffic. Weave through dense back alleys in the city. Refill health at gas stations. Tune your car for all-out speed and find somewhere to hit top speed, or tune for off-road and use the backcountry. I don't think they've really touched much on the off-road. We know you can drive off-road and pretty much go anywhere on the map, but I don't think we've really seen any like off-road builds, or like kind of how like Payback, you had like, was like the dirt spec or whatever, and like you had like the big meaty tires, and like it was for off-road. I don't know. If you guys have seen it, I guess fill me in the comments. Maybe I missed something, I don't know. So maybe there's some sweet like just like dirt roads like out in the countryside, and there's gonna be like dirt racing for that. So I guess we'll find out. We noticed how much our fans like to play in the airfield at the center of the Need for Speed Payback map, and we wanted to bring that idea to life on a larger scale and reward people for exploring the whole location, so we added multiple play areas to Need for Speed Heat. Head for the disused raceway on the edge of the city to rip it around a high-speed circuit. It's right next to the player garage, so it's a pretty good place to test out your performance customization. So that's where everybody gathered in Payback. Like you came right out of the garage and you were in that the hangar area with the runway, and you just went up and down and hit the ramps. So it looks like they're bringing that back, along with some other areas that are going to be cool to just hang out in and just do donuts and hoon around with your buddies, right? So second part of this, in the southwest of the map, there's a big industrial zone. The centerpiece is a massive container loading area where we use the versatility of containers for some ultra challenging time trials and some of our more deviously concealed collectible items. It was like building gameplay out of building blocks. In 2015, the little container area that they had on the map was probably one of my favorite areas, just like drifting around, and like they had like a little ramp in there, and like my buddy, like we would like take turns and like jump over each other, just like doing dumb stuff. So it seems like they kind of built upon that, and maybe they hid like collectibles where there's like a ramp and like an open container, and then you have to line it up and then maybe ramp to another container to like get the collectibles. Like that would be pretty cool. Tune your car for off-road and head for the Quarry, a massive rock playground in the northwest of the map carved into the landscape with terrace sections designed for exploration and airtime. It's a fun place to play. Head south from the city and you'll find a vast complex of warehouse buildings and test facilities surrounding a rocket launch site. And that's not all. There are tons of secret signs and hidden areas to discover and explore. So it feels like they kind of went all out and gave us cool places to just hang out in and drive around and just goof off, basically. I can't wait. This Under the Hood article, really good. I feel like we're not gonna get another one, but I'm definitely happy with that. So let me know what you guys think of the article, what you think some of this means, where you're most excited for on the map. I think me personally, I don't know, Sandpiper Forest sounds pretty cool. Like I feel like if that's like a dense area of trees and like you get it like the right time of day and like maybe like the sun's coming through and you can get some like cool shots. Cloud Bank, I feel like that might be like up in the mountains. We'll find out. Anyway, if you guys like the video, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We got plenty of Need for Speed Heat content coming as soon as the game drops. We're gonna be doing car meets and photo shoots and racing and who can outrun the cops the longest, all kinds of stuff. So stay tuned. See you on the next one.